video is going to be all about evolving the breath and how to be careful not to be greedy when we're working with the breath, and how to keep ourselves safe and avoid the greedy mindset when we're working with the breath. Hello, my name is Illura and welcome to thesacredgates.com. If you are new to this series of videos and this channel, then welcome. And if you would like to receive tips on meditation practices and working with principles that help you to release tension, release all forms of tension, I also like to put out guided meditations that help you to find deeper and more profound levels of relaxation. And relaxation is a massive sacred gate to spiritual development. So please subscribe here if you would like to receive ongoing videos that I put out weekly, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of the videos. There's a lot of power in the breath, so you don't want to go overboard. And if you have a tendency to be a little bit greedy and you haven't got that emotion in check, then this video may help you, or help you to understand what can go wrong, whether it's for someone else or just in general with spiritual practices around the breath. So you don't want to go overboard, because due to the greediness for power, often when there's something that gives us a lot of power, every time in this world when there's something that gives us power, there'll always be a certain amount of people at some point in time that will be trying to exploit that particular quality or that particular practice for its power. And breath is absolutely perhaps one of the most common practices, one of the most common parts of spiritual development that actually cause us to want to seek power within it, because it is so powerful. The breath is so powerful. And so when we're looking to progress and evolve ourselves spiritually, but if we have a greedy mindset for experience, for sensation, for power, for whatever reason, often people who are in this greedy mindset will look for practices that other people are doing that are very advanced, that they are not actually ready for. And they're looking for advanced techniques, and they're looking for people who are doing advanced techniques because they don't themselves understand the power of the basics. Now, I have a video I did a while ago, I think last year, on the power of the basics, and I'd like to put the link for it here. And that is another video on the power of the basics that often get overlooked or underestimated, the power of the basics. So if you don't understand the power of the basics and you have a greedy mindset, then you're going to kind of be overlooking all of the practices that are actually really, really foundational and really, really the shiznit, like the golden nuggets. And you're going to be looking for all these really advanced techniques. And because people with that greedy mindset, they're blinded by the greed and that desire for power, and that causes them not to understand that the advanced practices that they're seeing other people doing only come from the progression of the basics. I'm just going to say that again. So the advanced practices only come from the consistent progression of the basics, the basic practices. And so people who are greedy in their greedy mindset, they haven't evolved out of that yet. They're not mentally, physically, or even emotionally prepared for that higher level of practice. But they're greedy for the power and for the prestige and the image and perhaps what they imagine can come from those advanced techniques, but they're actually not ready, and they may not be honest about that, so they don't even perhaps know that they're not ready. And so they're actually putting themselves at risk. And because the breath is so powerful, a lot of people do go overboard with the breath. So a lot of people who are experiencing a kundalini awakening of their energies, their spiritual energies, will often get themselves into trouble, and it starts with the breath because it's so powerful. So we want to use the breath to increase our conscious awareness. We want to use the breath just simply to increase our conscious awareness. And we also want to use the breath not only to increase our conscious awareness, but we want to use our breath in a way that it is helping us to uncontract. so that the breath is uncontracting us. One of the ways we can do that is to focus on the effect that the breath has on us. Yeah? That naturally increases our conscious awareness, and it also helps us to feel the breath through the whole body. A lot of the time when people do like fire breath of fire, which is really fast breathing in and out, which increases a lot of yang very quickly, yang energy, the breath is often very much in the head and perhaps in the chest, but it's very much around the head, which is the fire element. And this can cause a lot of problems for people if you're not physically grounded and your vehicle is not ready, and your mental vehicle, your emotional vehicle, your bodies are not ready for that. You can really blow a fuse. And so when we're working with the breath through our whole body, and we're feeling the breath as a whole body for the purpose of increasing our conscious awareness, while we are uncontracting, and we're using the breath to uncontract contractions and restrictions and stress and releases in our body, and we're also feeling the effect that the breath is having on us, we are then able to distribute, using these principles, these practices, these focuses, we're able to distribute the breath through the entire body. When we distribute the breath evenly throughout the entire body, meaning we feel the breath, not just in our head, not just in our chest, not just in our throat, not just in our brain, not just in our knee, for example, when we feel it through our whole body, that method of distribution actually acts as a fail-safe. It keeps our body safe. Yeah. So rather than putting all of the power into one very small area where it becomes contracted and we're no longer distributing, and it's all about contracting and packing the breath, which is a very common practice for many people. They pack the breath into areas of the body. They pack the breath into their brain. This will just cause us to short circuit. I always say it's like putting, a 25-watt globe. Just say you are a 25-watt globe and you plug yourself into like a 25-watt globe. Plug it into a 500 wattage outlet. You're going to short circuit. And a lot of people do short circuit themselves. I've had quite a few people over the years write to me about their non-stop jitterings. They can't relate to other people. They're not able to go to sleep. And this is because they have awakened their kundalini too fast by using the power of the breath, and really that it just comes from greediness. Yeah, it's just greediness unchecked. And that can cause a lot of problems. It's much better not to go for advanced practices, to learn the basics and understand, continually remind yourself, if you have a habit of wanting to be powerful and all that, continually reminding yourself that the basics are actually where everything comes from. It's the root system, it's the foundations. And when you grow from the basics and you use the principles, that you are guided by the principles that the basics teach you, you will have that through your entire, just say if you are looking to awaken your kundalini, which is quite of great interest to many people, you then can use the basics to awaken your kundalini slowly and progressively, thus safely over time. And you distribute whatever principle you're using, which can also include the breath, throughout your entire body through the basics as you progress step by step. And then you are not interested in advanced, because everything you're doing is always coming from that, is progressing from the basics, from your foundations. So just wanted to do a video on the breath, the power of the breath, and the dangers that any practitioner comes across when they haven't got that greed in check. So the takeaways from this are: the basics are absolutely the most important. Never overlook and underestimate the basics of practices. Often in my videos, I'm talking about relaxation, and it might just seem really like, whatever, relaxation. No, it is not whatever. It is absolutely incredibly important. As so is the qualities that we speak about and many other lineages speak about. Very, very important. So the basics are fundamental. Use the breath to increase conscious awareness. Use the breath in an uncontractive way. Observe the effect that the breath has on your entire body, and distribute and feel the breath throughout your entire body and allow it to fill your conduits. So I hope this video has been helpful and allow it to help you to allow your breath to support your practice, to support your health, to use the breath. And I'll be doing some videos again on the building the chi ball with you, and we'll be doing some more breath work. Okay, thanks guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share and comment if you feel drawn to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.